to kick off the morning with a very special interview with Mr. Jeff Dent. He is the Fuel Handling Product Manager for North America Delphi Products and Service Solutions. Jeff, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for getting up early on a Saturday morning and joining us. Let's talk a little bit about fuel pumps. You know, people keep hearing electric pump, but today's electric pumps, they're a lot different than the mechanical pumps from years past. Can you talk about the role that they play in today's vehicles?
Sure. I mean, the basic function of the fuel pump really hasn't changed. It still transfers fuel from the fuel tank to the fuel injection systems, but they transfer them at a specified vehicle, the vehicle's specified pressure and flow. And that's very important because your car won't operate unless it's getting that fuel at a specified pressure and flow. And also in today's vehicles, the fuel pump is really part of a fuel pump assembly, which has a variety of sensors attached to the vehicle's computer system. Mm-hmm. And these also help ensure the vehicle is getting the right amount of fuel to get optimal fuel economy and reduced emissions. So it's a very important part of your fuel handling system.
Absolutely. And that whole fuel pump assembly, like you're talking about, a lot of times the dealers refer to it as a module. And it seems like people spend a lot of money on these. So, you know, their questions to me are always, you know, why do fuel pumps fail and what can the driver do to extend the fuel pump life?
Right. And fuel pump can fail for a variety of reasons. Most of the time it's from contamination. And that contamination comes from dirt or rust or anything like that getting into the fuel system and either clogging the fuel pump or clogging the strainer and causing the fuel pump to overheat. And, you know, basically what you get is a pump that just burns out. Also, these pumps, they do wear out over time. It's a wear-out item. After about 10 years, they will wear out. There are brushes that basically cause the pump to turn and pull the fuel from the tank to the fuel injectors. Mm-hmm. So wherever there's friction, there's going to be wear, and eventually it'll wear out. So it's most of the time contamination. They do wear out, but also you can have electrical failures anywhere in the fuel handling system.
Well, that was my next question. If sometimes the fuel pump, it seems like the pump has failed, but that may not be the whole story. And we're talking about relays, activation signals from the computer. You've got wire harness. You've got connectors. There's a whole bunch of things that need to be checked before they condemn the pump. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's important that the technician servicing the vehicle check the entire fuel system. Things like fuel filters need to be replaced. The strainers need to be replaced. But as you said, there's electrical issues that need to be checked over. Some cars today have an electric module instead of a fuel pressure regulator, where it helps monitor how the pump is running. That would need to be checked as well in case it's malfunctioning and causing the pump to overheat. So it's important to check everything on the fuel handling system and not just the pump.
Absolutely. So that brings us to our next question. You know, why Delphi fuel pumps? What differentiates a Delphi fuel pump from other fuel pumps that are available on the market?
At Delphi, I think that our biggest thing is that we have over 100 years of OE design history, meaning that we've been making these fuel pumps and fuel handling systems for vehicle manufacturers for over 100 years, and we've learned a lot about the best and most efficient ways to design a fuel pump or a fuel handling assembly. And we hold over 30 OE innovations, 150 patents, and we test our products extensively, over 150,000 miles in some cases. And so with all that testing and OE design experience, we try to provide the most value when it comes to replacing a fuel pump in your vehicle system.
Absolutely. By the way, Sam's not here today. Sam has a full-time shop. He does a lot of performance work and stuff, and I know he uses the heck out of Delphi pumps. And one of his questions he wanted me to ask you was, how are the Delphi pumps equipped to handle the growing number of alcohol fuel blends?
Well, what we do at Delphi is we test up to 22% ethanol, And most states right now have are authorized to sell at 15% ethanol.
Mm-hmm.
So our pumps are tested to go above and beyond what the standard is out there. And also on any flex fuel applications, those are normally 85% ethanol, and we test up to 95%. Just in case you're getting a different mix of fuel out there, but you'll be safe with the Delphi pump.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you got tremendous experience with the original equipment manufacturers, and that means you make tremendous volumes of pumps and a lot of other electronics. Of course, we use your oxygen sensors, and I recently put a Delphi electronic injector, not injector, but glow plug control module on my diesel pickup truck, and your products are awesome. And we get a lot of questions because people hear us talk about Delphi all the time. And so give us a place where our listeners can go for more information, where they can, at their own pace, can read about Delphi and learn about the quality products that you folks have available.
Sure. You can find more information at our website, delphi.com/AM. And also you can follow us on Twitter at Delphi Auto Parts and Facebook under Delphi Auto Parts.
Well, that's great. That's great. You guys will continue to give out your website and talk to the folks here about the wonderful Delphi products that are available.